Hello and a very warm welcome to yet another brand new episode of Colors of India, the show that gets you a weekly roundup of all the cultural updates from the city. Let's begin with a look at the highlights. This week we begin our show with a spellbinding performance by eminent dancer Sonal Mansingh, followed by a theatrical version of Mahesh Bhatt's popular film Daddy. And finally, we get you the rich, exotic Shahi recipes of the Mughlai cuisine. Sonal Mansingh. Just her name says it all. One of India's greatest cultural ambassadors, Mansingh took to the Delhi stage recently to stress on the importance of imparting centuries-old traditional knowledge to the young, thriving talent of the day. Take a look.
Dance, said the eloquent exponent Martha Graham, is the hidden language of the soul. It was just this aspect that the legendary Sonal Mansingh brought to this evening. Sahakar, an ideal of cooperation, was organized by Mansingh School, Center for Indian Classical Dances, in collaboration with Habitat Center. The focus was on giving underprivileged children an opportunity to step into the limelight.
In Sanskrit, Saha is together. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavava, etc. So Saha always means collectivity. And Kar comes from Kru Dhatu, Kriya, Karna, Karma. So doing things together, collectively. And in other words, cooperation. So without cooperation of each other, society will not exist.
Children of NGO's Little Star Children Home from Katni, Madhya Pradesh and Divya Jyoti from New Delhi showcase their own lives through the medium of dance. Rimjhim Sa Sapna. This ballet showed the journey of Rimjhim and her friends trying to achieve their dreams even amid society's limitations.
I or my Center for Indian Classical Dances have indulged ourselves in spreading goodwill, cooperation, love, emotions, because the whole idea of arts, especially performing arts and dance, is to draw people in and to go out of yourself.
Out of the hardships they have come face to face within real life, these children possess energy like none other, a striving force that drives them to rejoice in the self, stay enthusiastic even amid huge challenges. Gati, this piece showcased just that.
It's a very, very thoughtful and well-conceived idea and very beautifully brought out. सबसे अच्छी बात ये है कि अंडर प्रिविलेज चिल्ड्रन को लेकर के उन्होंने प्रयोग किया है. उन बच्चों को सचमुच में सोनल मानसिंह जैसी हस्ती के साथ काम करना भी एक सपना रहा होगा और ये सपना वो बहुत दिनों तक चेरिश करेंगे.
And Finally, being the driving force behind the entire initiative, Sonal Mansingh takes the stage with Prasoon Joshi's poem, Babul, Jiya More Ghabraye. It's a theatrical conversation between a father and daughter played by Mansingh. The collective voice of every young girl who doesn't want to marry a goldsmith for jewellery or a trader for his riches. She'd rather marry an ironsmith who will melt the shackles that bind her freedom.
A moving concept that dwelled deep, giving us a glimpse into the conscience of the less fortunate. Let's talk about the Indian cinema now. The Indian cinema has an identity which is very unique and unmatched. Moving from black and white to 3D films, the Indian cinema has completed 100 years of existence.
The greatest hits from the golden era came alive at India Habitat Centre, which celebrated 100 years of Indian cinema. Malini Banerjee gave a concert on the occasion.
What we attempted to do was to encapsulate the evolution of Bollywood through music over the past 100 years. You know, from the time of Alamara, etc. in the 1930s to 2014, how music has changed and how the soundscape of Bollywood has changed. So that was the basic idea which we wanted to convey to our audience.
Banerjee presented some timeless hits by Bollywood's most popular composers and singers, starting the evening with Ore Majhi, originally sung by S.D. Burman.
मेरे साजन है उस पार मैं मन मार हूँ इस पार ओ मेरे माझी अब की बात.
She went to Samne Ye Kaun Aaya, followed by Jaane Man Tere Do Nayan from the movie Choti Si Baat.
तोड़ दे दिलों की दूरी ऐसी क्या है मजबूरी दिल दिल से मिलने दे हाँ अभी तो हुई है यारी अभी से ही बेकरारी दिन तो जरा ढलने.
It was tribute to originality. Malini created magic all around with her Pehla Nasha, sung by Udit Narayan and Sadhna Sargam in the movie Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar. Another oldie that charmed the audience was Ek Baghiya Mein by Shankar Mahadevan.
एक बगिया में रहती है एक मैना.
The show was awesome. It was really great, and Malini, she was really nice on the stage, and the music, the band, the lyrics, the songs, everything was really great. Enjoyed it. We can't compare the old music and the new music, but really the old is gold, so it's the best.
झिम झिम बरसे जल्दी तपती धरती पर जो कभी पानी उठ धरती से सौंधी सौंधी खुशबुओं की तनके सुहानी. हू ला 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 हू ला 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 हू ला 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 ला.
Moving from the old to the new, Malini presented Adhuri Kahani of two states and London to Makkah from the film Queen.
हो गई 1 to 2 ओए कुड़िए 1 to 2 ओ हो गई मुंडे दी तुर 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 पतंगा वर्गी तू आ गई उड़ती ओ हो गई मुंडे दी तुर तुर तुर.
Summing up the celebration, the last tracks by Malini were Aaj Jaane Ki Zid Na Karo and Damadam Mast Kalandar.
Apart from the peculiarities, the Indian cinema has been a reflection of the socio-economic, cultural and political changes. Well, here's hoping that the Indian films continue to entertain us in the years to come. On that note, we'll slip into a very short break. Lots more coming up on the other side. Don't go anywhere. After the break, a classic revisited. A spiritual journey with leading artist Narain Sengupta and the rich, creamy flavour of the Mughlai food. Welcome back. With live performances, theatre has a direct impact on the audience, which is probably unmatched in any other art form. Delhiites had a first-hand experience of it when they saw the adaptation of film director Mahesh Bhatt's Daddy on the stage. Take a look.
मैं तुम्हें देखना चाहता हूँ पूजा, मैं यही तुम्हारे घर के पास हूँ. I want to see you once.
सर मैं प्रिया से शादी करना चाहता हूँ.
मेरे ही घर में मेरे पीठ पीछे मेरे अपने क्या करें?
Watching a play with Mahesh Bhatt and Pooja Bhatt, a rare treat for fans in the national capital.
बहुत अफसोस हुआ होगा ना तुम्हें कि जीने में तो तुम नाकाम हो ही, आज मरने में भी नाकाम हो.
Considering that it was a theatrical adaptation of their hit film Daddy, the production was no less moving, as much as a nostalgic trip down memory lane.
मेरे परिवार वालों को, इस दुनिया को या अपने आप को,
पूजा,
तुम जानते हो, अगर आज तुम मर जाते ना, तो इस भरी दुनिया में किसी को भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
The magic of being here today is that 25 years ago I gave a shot for my first film Daddy. It was in July, and 25 years later I'm back in Delhi to see this movie being performed on a stage where we know that tricks don't work. यहाँ पे आप छुप नहीं सकते हैं. The audience is right here in front of you. All your mistakes are caught out, and I think ये एक ही चीज़ आपको सिखाती है कि कहानी की जो पावर है, कि जो कहानी 25 साल बाद भी सस्टेन करती है, 25 साल बाद भी relevant है. It affects our lives even today. I think that there are a lot of young girls who will identify with the fact कि my father is an alcoholic.
नाना जी, अपने सर पे हाथ रख के कसम खाइए कि आपने उसको कभी नहीं देखा.
पूजा, वो तेरा बाप है बेटी.
Just as the film, the play is about a girl, Pooja, who has no recollection of her mother and father.
आपके दिन की शुरुआत शराब से ही होती है ना?
हाँ, मैं सुबह उठकर शराब पीता हूँ. क्या करूँ? इसके बिना रह नहीं सकता.
बिल्कुल अपाहिज की तरह ना? बैसाखियों से नफरत भी करते हैं और उनके बिना चल भी नहीं सकते.
अगर सहारा मिले तो बैसाखी फेंक भी सकता हूँ.
Told that her father had passed away, she eventually meets him and helps him overcome his alcoholism. The emotionally charged plot had an instant impact with the film viewers in 1989 when it was released.
पूजा कभी-कभी बीता हुआ सुख भी दुखी देता है. I found that the play managed to touch me, move me, and that was not an ordinary achievement because this film came from a really deep part of my being. But there were moments in the end of the play which were spectacular. They were far more effective than what I achieved on the screen with my skills.
Danish Iqbal directed the play that had Imran Zahid as the main protagonist, a role essayed by Anupam Kher in the film.
मैं वहाँ लोगों से भीख मांगकर तुम्हें खून चढ़वा रही हूँ और तुम यहाँ बैठकर शराब पी रहे हो. पैसे कहाँ से मिले तुम्हें? जवाब दो, पैसे कहाँ से मिले?
Theatre artist Tanya Purohit Dobhal reprised the role that Pooja Bhatt played 25 years ago in the play.
बहुत चैलेंजिंग था because Anupam sir got a national award for this role
सो कहीं से भी अगर वो होता तो फिर इट विल बी अ बिग दिस थिंग. सो वी रियली वर्कड हार्ड एंड डायरेक्टर दानिश इकबाल दे रियली वेरी मतलब कितने अच्छे से करके निकाल सकते हैं. एक होता है कि डायरेक्टर लड़ डांट रहा झगड़ा, प्यार से कब निकाल कर रुला दिया पता नहीं चला.
It was really wonderful because उनके कैरेक्टर के बारे में पिक्चर देखी और समझने की कोशिश की. उसके अलावा दानिश सर ने बहुत हेल्प की. उसके अलावा को एक्टर से बहुत हेल्प मिली. टेक्स्ट, सब टेक्स्ट, बिलीव, इस सब पे काम किया. तो इट वाज रियली अ वंडरफुल एक्सपीरियंस.
आईना मुझसे मेरी पहले सी सूरत मांगी.
Many plays have inspired movies, but this was an instance of a movie inspiring a play. And in today's age, the reverse march from films to theatres can only be a good sign. Definitely when a renowned director like Bhatt is leading the charge.
सो जा रे डैडी तेरे जाके तो सो जा रे.
A big screen movie transformed into a play might just be the stimulus that theatre wants. What's more, the children might look young, but their maturity levels far exceed any adult today. In our next story, we get you Professor Narain Sengupta, who shares his spiritual experience of seeing the icons through the prism of his eye view. Take a look.
Teacher and mentor to countless aspiring artists, Professor Narain Sengupta is back with an assortment of works. 40 years, 40 works, a journey of this inspiring artist.
I was a teacher, so I have a dream that I should show various kind of my works to my senior students so that they can also understand how an artist can go step by step and become a very mature artist. So that was my plan. That's why I actually titled the exhibition name as a 40 years, 40 words.
The collection reflects the artist's experience in series like Touch, Angel, Princess and Moksha. The artist's spiritual inclinations seems evident in his canvases portraying enlightened souls.
I found the exhibition is extremely vibrant, and the body of work is very good, and most of the works are the old works where he started his journey, which is in the beginning. Some works are on the paper where he has shown a portrait of her mother, and those are all pencil works and pen and ink kind, where you need to have a lot of patience to draw a composition.
With the new topics came new style of expression. From the figuration of his early works to abstraction and finally geometric abstraction.
एग्जीबिशंस में क्या है कि एज फार एज नरेन दास पेंटिंग्स आर कंसर्न, इन सारी पेंटिंग्स में एक पीस मिलेगा आपको और एक पूरी भारतीयता और एक अध्यात्म है. जैसे इस पेंटिंग की बात करूं तो ये शरणागत है. शरणागत का मतलब है कि यू हैव सरेंडर्ड टू द गॉड. तो उसमें क्या है कि जब आप परमात्मा को समर्पित हो जाते हैं तो उसके बाद वो सब आपकी केयर करते हैं या कुछ है. तो शरणागत बड़ा डिफ़िकल्ट है किसी के सामने समर्पण करना, टू सरेंडर इन फ्रंट ऑफ गॉड. दैट इज़ नॉट अ स्मॉल थिंग.
Unlike many teachers whose work tends to get stuck at some level, Narain Das' work has been constantly evolving and changing gently.
of black ink pens or the use of bright colors. Sengupta's paintings are always thought-provoking. On that note, we slip into another quick break. When we come back, we take you on a gastronomical journey, so don't go anywhere. Coming up next is a wholesome Mughlai treat, so don't miss out. Welcome back. The Mughals were not only known for their royalty or the war tactics which made them rule for so many years. What they were also known for were their food habits which linger on till date. So let's go over to our in-house foodie Shubhra to know exactly what's cooking.
Hello and welcome to Food Trail with me, Shubhra Mukherjee. Mughlai cuisine is one of the most richest, popular and lavish cuisines in the country. Each and every dish is very spicy and has a unique fragrance of its own because of the exotic spices, the amount of milk and cream and a lot of other ingredients that make it very special. So today's food trail is dedicated to the Mughlai cuisine and I'm going to try some authentic preparations which still hold true to the original preparation. So come and join me.
And thus, I march through the ever-busy lanes of Daryaganj, continuously feeling the energy of the hordes of people and the monumental significance that surrounds it. But as the air gets thick with aromas of finely grounded spices, I know I have reached my destination. Jahangir Foods, a small welcoming bistro that has earned its reputation because of its Mughlai preparations. To get a better taste of history, I met with Mohammad Gulfam, the second generation of owners, and manager Jagdish Prasad Rawat, who try to take the secret Khandani recipes further.
Chicken nihari is a very famous. The people are coming from the South Delhi, mostly at night and every day for the nihari. They are making queue for the nihari. And nihari is what? You know, nihari is what? They are using in this herbs.
Centuries of Mughal rule has left behind a long-lasting culinary mark that has forever altered the Indian appetite. History unfolds that when Babur invaded India, he brought with him the stylized food habits of Samarkand, and the generations after led it further. Thus, we still see their legacy surfacing through the cauldrons of aromatic biryani, roasted seekh kebabs and fluffy baked breads. As the aromas start to empower, I begin my brief Mughal voyage with the Afghani roasted chicken, seekh kebabs and chicken tikka.
And as far as the chicken tikka is concerned, my goodness, it is so soft and succulent. It has been a real delight to taste this. And as you can see, it is dripping with butter and cream, and this is the coating that gives it all the character. And the seekh kebab, it is very tender, as in the chicken has been finely grinded. I can see and taste coriander in it, a lot of coriander, which gives it a extra kick and all that, but then it's really fabulous, very nice, nothing like the seekh kebab that you normally get in the market, but it's very nice, very fine, very soft.
Predominantly non-vegetarian, the extravagance and opulence of Mughals sure does bounce off their food. The use of dry fruits shows the strong Persian influence. So further indulging, I am offered the Mughal signatures, the biryani and nihari, whose name originates from the Arabic word nahar, meaning morning, and thus this is a dish that usually was consumed as breakfast. With this I team up khamiri or yeast roti and the keema naan.
Now this is the khamiri roti which I'm going to try with the mutton nihari over here. Oh, this is good. Now I just tasted over here the mutton nihari. Absolutely delicious. I mean, it is just fabulous. The mutton is just falling off the bone. It is just a fine paste. Very rich, very flavoursome, full of spices, really thick gravy loaded with oil. But then, am I complaining? It is just fabulous. Wow, the keema naan is very nice. I mean, it has a really interesting flavor to it. As you can see, it's dotted with tiny little sesame seeds, which really gives it a nice kick and a nice after flavor. It's really nice, and the keema inside, very mildly spiced, not that spicy at all, goes really well with the nihari actually.
King Babur was said to be very fond of mangoes. Thus, next ruling Emperor Jahangir made it a point to include it in the meals. Thus began the tradition of ending meals with desserts. And as my meal wasn't any less than royal, how can the dessert be? So in came my way, the Shahi Kheer.
Now this is the kheer that I just tasted. It is the Shahi Kheer, and I must say it is really nice, very sweet, and I get the taste of almond and dry fruits in it. It's really nice. And just look at the traditional way it is served inside a small little cooler. It's frozen and it is just really nice. And as far as the main course goes, after having such a rich and lavish food, this is the perfect way to end your meal. And as I am heading back to finishing this off, it's over to you, Teena.
Now those were some really heavy dishes, but I'm sure no one would mind to eat them whatsoever. So while you plan a Mughlai treat for yourself, it's time for me to say goodbye. We'll see you same time next week with another bunch of exciting stories. Until then, take care.